Hey guys, welcome back to Tech Learnerz. From this video, we'll be starting our JavaScript for Kids playlist. If you have not accessed the playlist yet, go and access it. I will be providing the link in the description box. So, without wasting time, let's start.
And then you'll die.
So, let us start our video. So let us not go deep on history of JavaScript. We'll be learning basics. So JavaScript was founded by Britton H. He's an American technologist. So when JavaScript was created, it was known as LiveScript. Then they changed into JavaScript as Java was very famous that day. So JavaScript added liveness to a website. In many websites, you may have seen that there is a click navbar. That means when we click some dots or buttons, we get navbar, pop-up navbar. It's also made using JavaScript itself. So these are some operators in JavaScript. We'll be learning all of them soon. So let us learn a few points of JavaScript. Let us start learning a few points in JavaScript. So first we'll be learning types of JavaScript. There are two types of JavaScript: front end and back end. So in front end we use JavaScript, JS. Short form of JavaScript is JS. And in back end you can use many coding languages. One of them is PHP, and you can also use Python, PHP, and the famous one is JSON. JSON is a coding language. So we'll not be learning backend. We'll be learning only front end, as we are kids now. Front end, that is JavaScript. Only JavaScript and basics. So you can write JavaScript in two places. One is internal JavaScript and one is external JavaScript. So in internal JavaScript you use script tag like this. Script, you can just if you're working in VS Code, you can just write script and you can click enter to get all of these. Then you can close the script and same, and like this. If you are using external JavaScript, you can do the same but a bit difference. You should use script, the same script tag, but this time we should use script src. Src means source. In CSS too we used internal JavaScript. I don't like external CSS or JavaScript because if you use external CSS and JavaScript, you should be switching tabs. So if you're working in projects, I recommend you to go to external JavaScript, but if you're doing for normal, you can just use internal JavaScript. So let us move to our VS Code. VS Code to get more information on JavaScript, and we'll be starting basics of JavaScript. So let us go. So I'm in my web developing course for kids folder. I'll right click, open with Visual Studio Code, and my Visual Studio Code has been opened. As you can see now, I'll select the web developing course for kids folder, and I will make a new file called js.html. JS means javascript.html. So let us first know what is internal JavaScript. I'll put the boilerplate. I will zoom my page, toggle the word wrap, and I'll give title JS JavaScript. So if you want to use internal JavaScript, as I told you, you can use script tag, and inside that you can write the JavaScript code. So we'll be starting to write code from next video. Let us not write code. So if you don't want to do like this, I'll just comment out. By the way, let me do something. In CSS you use like comments like this. You can make anything. You use comment like this in HTML. You use comments like this, and in JavaScript you use double slash for comments. So both three coding languages has different comments. In HTML you use greater than, less than, and exclamatory mark. In CSS you use multiplication symbol and slashes. So let us learn what is external JavaScript. I'll comment out this. So I comment out. So I will make a new file called JS JavaScript.js. The extension for JavaScript file is .js. For CSS it is .css, and for HTML it's .html. So if you want to use JavaScript code here, you can use script src. Then you can write the file name javascript.js, and you can write the code here. From next video we'll start to write code. If you have not accessed the playlist yet, go and access it. I will be providing the link in the description box. So without thank you so much guys for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe Tech Learners, and I'll see you next time. Until then, keep watching Tech Learners, and don't forget to see my projects website video. Bye bye.